You ever walk into a place so fancy you feel like your very breath might break something? Yeah, that was me, standing in front of the Maddox estate for the first time. $80 million worth of glass, stone, and judgment. I had a $6 thrift store handbag, sneakers held together by hope, and a face that had seen way too many closed doors. A maid brushed by me, smirking like it was her hobby. "You'll quit in 2 hours like the rest," she said, not even bothering to whisper. She wasn't wrong. Most didn't last a lunch break in that house. The second I stepped in, 3 boys triplets, because of course, started hurling pillows at my head from the top of the staircase. "You're ugly. You'll cry like the other ladies." You know, the usual warm welcome from rich kids. I didn't say a word. Just picked up a pillow, smiled a little, and kept moving. 5 minutes later, they dumped a whole box of flour all over the marble floors. I think they expected screaming, maybe crying. Instead, I just hummed an old lullaby and swept it up like it was Tuesday at my old apartment. That's when they paused, not scared, just confused. Like, wait, she's not freaking out? See, these weren't bad kids. They were hurt. Wild from being ignored, then abandoned, then pitted. Their mom died 2 years ago. Their dad, Ethan Maddox, was some hedge fund titan who could spot a bad stock in 5 seconds but couldn't tell you which twin was Dylan and which one was Theo. Over grilled cheese and apple slices that afternoon, comfort food, nothing fancy. Dylan threw a spoon, Theo poured juice on the table, and Caleb straight up yelled, "You're not our mom." I looked at them and said, "You don't need a mom to learn table manners." Then I made their lunch into car shapes and turned it into a race. Winner picks the movie. They blinked. And then they played. They ate. Meanwhile, the staff watched like they were waiting for me to implode. Lorraine the maid muttered, "She's just playing house." The gardener laughed. "Bet she doesn't even know how to run the vacuum in this place." They weren't whispering either. But I didn't flinch. Next morning, I took the boys to the beach. Yeah, I know, risky. Malibu moms with designer strollers stared like I was committing a crime. One of them, Karen, probably said, "You must be brave taking those 3 out in public." I just said, "They're kids. Kids learn." And Caleb handed me a seashell like it was treasure. That's when Ethan showed up. He saw them calm. Focused. Not a tantrum in sight. His face? Pure confusion. "What did you do to them?" he asked. I said, "I showed up." He didn't like that. Not at first. Said it wasn't a daycare. Said I didn't understand discipline. I told him, it's not a boot camp either. Then Caleb walked over and wrapped his arms around my leg. "I like her," he said. Loud. On purpose. Lorraine? Fired 2 days later. The woman never liked me, called me the charity case with the Patience Act. But the boys heard everything. So did Ethan. And slowly, he started sticking around more. He helped build a couch fort once. Even stayed through the whole movie night. And that's when the house started to shift. But not without bumps. One evening, a former nanny dropped by to collect a paycheck she'd left. She took one look at the boys curled around me on the couch and said, "You're still here? Trust me, they'll break you eventually." I didn't look at her. Just tossed a popcorn kernel to Caleb. "Catch it, champ." He caught it. Laughed. That was answer enough. Later that night, Ethan asked me quietly, "Why haven't you left?" I said, "Because no one's given me a reason to." We didn't talk about it much, but it started showing. He'd lean into movie nights. Ask how my daughter Lily was. The boys? They didn't just listen, they looked for me. Caleb started asking if I'd be there in the morning. Dylan apologized once when he broke a plate. Theo drew a picture of me with the words, "Miss Joe doesn't quit." That one that got me. You know, there's something powerful about just staying. Not yelling. Not performing. Just being there every day until the chaos slows down and trust creeps in through the cracks. I wasn't some miracle. I was a woman who knew what it felt like to be left. So I didn't. And one day, Ethan, this guy who couldn't remember the boys' middle names, helped Caleb tie his shoes without asking me how. That's when I knew. I'd done what the others didn't. I stayed. Now I gotta ask, do you think people like Ethan really change? Or did the kids change him first? Do some families just need the right person to show up at the right time, or is that just wishful thinking? Let me know what you think about showing up, about second chances, and about the people we let into our homes. Or push out before they even get a chance.